Good morning. Ohio gozaimasu. Aloha. Good morning. Yes, it's a Monday morning, and we're up sort of reasonable-ish time. We're at reasonable-ish time, ready to get a little bit of the adrenaline fuel into us. That is Assetto Corsa Competizione. Practicing for Friday night's race. And it's the morning after a good night of racing for what is a monthly event as well. Zimtok's Assetto Corsa Social Sunday last night, which the reins were handed over to Buck 3131, and he put in a lot of effort on that, and I think it's paid off well. Of course, there were some minor glitches. First of all, there always are with these things, but overcame and rised up, and did a fantastic job with another addition to it. So if you hadn't been on or seen one of the Social Sunday things when Zimtok was running it, it was a mix of different tracks and cars and fun stuff and all sorts. And similarly, Buck 3131, he's got something a little different in there. So starting off with a championship, where there is like a 10-minute quali, then a 10-minute race, reverse the order of the track, and another 10-minute race, all in Assetto Corsa. And then he's got some other stuff, including one that I absolutely loved, which was a figure of 8 track with some classic sort of old school stock cars. It was brilliant. But yeah, so check that out, and then obviously at the end of the week we'll check out Ham VR's station and what will be the race then. And I believe so. Last week was Silverstone, which I came fourth. I think I came fourth, and we evened up the scoreboards for the overall thing a lot more around the middle, which is good. It means there's, more nail-biting end towards the end for everything in the sort of like third to fifth place. It's good that when that sort of range is closer, so it gives everybody incentive to sort of get in there and just do their best, really. Right, but we're not going to be in Silverstone next week. We're going to be elsewhere. We are going to Kyalami. So, South Africa, here we come. Interesting track. Difficult track. Quite technical. A little bit thin. But has some beautiful sights, some beautiful rise and fall. As ever, we're going to get in there with a quick race, with the opponent's skill on 92% and 20 opponents in total. And my starting position is going to be 16th. That means actually 21 cars on the track, including myself. and I'm starting in 16th. So, should be interesting. Let's load that up. Right, dial the headset in a little there. Let's look at the race setup. I don't think I have. Oh, I do have. Ah, good. So, we do have some Coach Steve setups here. We'll run from top to bottom. So we've got a race 1, a race 2, and a other race 1. No, yes. So we'll start with the first race 1. I'm going to load that up, and I bet that it's going to be a 3 and 4 on the electronics. 3 and 4 on the electronics. More the McLaren on ideal conditions. Apart from obviously Silverstone, I was running a 2 and 3. But we're going to stick with the 3 and 4 that says there. Fuel strategy, yeah, 65. I'll carry the weight on this one and just leave it at that and see how it feels. So, first one out of the bat. I know this track a little bit, not 100%. I do mess up the corners quite a lot on this track because it is a tricky one. So I do have a way to go, but I'm not as blind on the track as not knowing generally if there is a left hand or a right hand coming up next. I've got some clue on that score, which is nice. Nice to know roughly where I'm going, but I don't necessarily know the best line or the best gear or exactly what I can get away with yet. I do know one of the corners on this is actually called Barbecue, I think. Don't know what corner it is. Have to find out by the end of the week.
Green light, give it all you got. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Gonna squeeze in there. Hello.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So easy to come out on that corner if you're not careful. Same on this one. This one's a very odd one. Oh, don't want to hit that curb.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And full throttle down the hill. And oh, that's getting the heart racing. You want to watch out for that sausage. It's not a friendly sausage.
Car on the left.
Oh. Aston Martin.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Oh.
Clear on the left.
Let's get back in there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So we don't want to be touching those curbs, really. Hold the RPM as much as I can. And right. Good.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Oh.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Overshot a little. And that gives the Boatley a bit of an advantage here. But I want to say nay to Mr. Boatley. Lock him out. Keep the BMW as much off my back as I can. Don't want to touch that curb or that one. Accelerate up the hill as I can.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And he shoots through there.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Oh. Hold as much of that through there as I can. Try and get
Well done, mate. The fastest.
back onto the BMW. Follow that line. Gotta be something I can do to get around there quicker. And that was way out. How did he keep that? I shouldn't worry about that. I should worry about the Bentley that's trying to rain down on my parade here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh,
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's what happens when you eat the sausage on that one. Wow. Oh, that could have been so much worse. Oh, that's good.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm clearly doing something a little bit wrong here. Carry it from fourth. Okay.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Scrubbed off a lot of speed, sort of skidding through that one. No, you're not going to have that final one.
Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
That was improvements. That was a lot slower than I normally do that at.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
He's going through there like it's third and just pushed me to the side. That was crazy. So I'm obviously missing something here.
Leader has finished the race. Alright, check the flag. Good job. You did the best you could. I'll bring the car back.
So there we go. That's Kyalami. First time in the week going around. There's a lot to learn here, I would say. A real lot to learn. I think I'm gonna have to pull out the data set on this one to find out what's happening. As said, I know the direction of the track, as it were, but you can see even at 92% there, I was going backwards in the field rather than going forwards. Kind of means the AI is in a good place, setup wise, because it means I'm trying to chase them down. And as I'm trying to chase them down or do different things there, I can learn more from them. Hopefully learn where I'm going wrong during the week. And we can work out what exactly I've got to change out and fix. And make sure you get under that speed limit before you come into a bit. Wow, that's a really tight left-hander. Yeah, so you can figure out it's going to be really picky. There we go. It's really picky on that getting the jacks up. So yeah, I had a lot of time off of the main race leader there. 24 seconds, well 24.7 seconds. No, more than that, sorry. I'm down there. 36.904 or 1. Something like that. Off of the top dog. So, and I went backwards on the grid, essentially. That means I've got a lot of work to do on finding out where the speed is going to come from here. That first setup didn't feel bad. Felt pretty good. Really did feel pretty good. Like I say, very technical track. And there was some hard fought battles in there, but yeah. Definitely a way to wake up. I think we'll call it there for the morning. I think that's good for a Monday. First one thing there. Or, no, we can just do, I think... I think we will open up the Motec data. There we go. There's the race that we've just run, so we're going to add that in. And there we go, setups, McLaren, Kyalami, and his best one was there, and we'll compare to what the best is. So they've got data here for basically a 1 minute 41.6 and a 1 minute 49. Okay, so both are recorded in 2020. We'll add the fastest one in. Open those, and at the moment it's showing my data. So there's my data, there's all the turns, and we're going to compare that to Coach Dave's data, or one of his drivers, and we can see basically we're both around sort of mid-lap of a sort of race there, I think. And off the bat, I'm the red line. So let's take a look at let's look at the braking points first. So I'm the purple line, they're the green line. So I've got my braking point and my deceleration point is right. So brakes are going up as I'm pushing down hard. Then I let off early and I have a hesitant, oh, I'm going to have to brake again. So you can see their progression of letting off the brake is a lot smoother than mine. They've lengthened that out more than I have. So I've obviously felt more daring than I should. And I need to hold that brake a little bit more there. Same as actually on the gearing. You can see that with my gearing, the yellow line, I've let the gears stay longer, whereas they've shifted a start down as soon as they started braking. I left it out longer, and I haven't gone down to as low a gear as they have. They've gone down to the first gear straight away. Acceleration points. So throttle looks quite similar. These sort of blips that happen, and then the same acceleration point. But I'm finding that I have to let off of the gas, whereas at that point they've stepped up in gear and I'm still flat in gear. So they're using the gear step up there to possibly stabilize out the car, whereas I, on the other hand, am having to let off the throttle to try and stabilize the car through a corner there, maybe. Their RPM is kept higher as well as a result. So you can see the result in the top speed there. This massive, great big gap here is where I'm losing the speed. As I'm the red line, you can see where our braking and our acceleration points. So there's our brake point. Bum, 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 bum. Here's our acceleration point. They're in a lower gear than me. Our top speeds are matched. They're going to accelerate quicker. I'm accelerating slower. We both have this little bit of a wobble in speed somewhere around there. But their acceleration is still faster, whereas my wobble means that I've decelerated a little bit. Theirs still continued. And all of this big wasted space here is then lost time. Same on through this next corner, we can see I brake a lot later than they are. They've given one positive side, and their acceleration is a lot shorter of a time at the bottom here, and they're smoother up through the acceleration there, much more determined to get to that top acceleration point. So gear wise on that, yeah, we're shifting gears in different places, but the result is they've got this higher RPM, top speed, sorry, and you can see a massive, great big gap here where I'm bleeding speed compared to them. And again, this gap continues all the way throughout. You can see all these gaps here up until this point where we start to come neck and neck. We have a little gap there. That I think is the tighter right, no, second to last corner, not second, third to last corner. Goes round, then you've got the sharp sort of right where you keep it in gear. They up gear from where I was. That'd be the last one. So here's my brake in the purple. They've broken a lot less, and here's my acceleration. I'm off the accelerator for longer, and they've just dealt with a little bit of a more on edge back end of the car, so their tail would have been wagging a little bit there, I think, but they've dealt with it, and they've come out with all of that extra time through one corner, because that's a massive gap there. So I've got to be a lot more stabby on the brake. Well, not a lot, sorry. Less stabby on the brake, and actually carry a bit more speed through there, not off the accelerator quite as much, and can afford to get back on the accelerator earlier. And then we come into the very final corner, and as you can see, they're actually braking a little bit deeper than I am. No, was I braking deeper than they were? Yeah, I broke deeper than they were. Roughly the same amount of time on and off the brakes throughout that corner. But I ended up slower at the bottom here, so there's a tiny bit of speed to be gained in there. And then coming around to the straightaway, we're about the same. But generally speaking, the graph tells it all. I'm losing speed from right after the going into the second corner. So we've got the first corner in here, and it's coming out of there, and it's more curved basically. So it's a curve and then followed by another curve, and then you're turning into the left. So I'm losing speed all the way throughout those the turning corners, those curves, and then losing speed again out, and just never get up to the point where I can match that top speed as a result, I think, basically. So yeah, huge amount of work to be done there to breach those gaps. on that note, we're going to go back in there and just, yeah. So, work to be done, but that was quite a thrilling start to the day, alright. Oh, I was going backwards through it. We had a little bit of a tussle with a couple of the AIs. They tried to throw me off the track, spit me off the side of the track, as it were, and I didn't go. I didn't let them. Well, the first one I did, but we got back in there in sensible enough shape, and others tried, and we just tried to hold it, but we fought some good faults there. Right. Take care, and hopefully see you again on Tuesday, tomorrow, and throughout the week, leading up until the big race on Friday, over on Ham VR. Right. There's a button somewhere. There's the button. Found it.